As you can guess, I'm probably not on Instagram, which is correct. I'm not on Instagram. Also, I've observed in life there are no coincidences. My wife happens to be on Instagram, and last night she decided to read something to me that I found very interesting, and it kind of sums up what I believe about where we're going if we don't do anything to take control or take back our power from technology, from AI, from social media. And I'm not going to do this often, but I'm going to read you this post from a fella named konsta.reeels, R-E-E-L-S. So is that R-E-E-E-L-S? I'm sorry, there are 3 E's in Konsta Reels. So it's konsta.reels. And I think he hits home just, I mean, he nails it on the head. So let's start. They're talking about Gen Z and how people are finding them in the workforce. And this is what he said. 1, they call it the iPad kid syndrome in the office. Raised on a rapid dopamine loop, new hires can't tolerate boredom, but 80% of real work is dull, monotonous, routine, without likes or applause. Gen Z interprets this absence of immediate praise as toxicity and burns out, where millennials just get the work done. One of my mentors many, many years ago said to me that the key to success is to be able to manage repetitious boredom. If you're good at anything, it's going to be boring, because that's the definition of being good at it, right? You're so good at it that you see the same thing over and over and over again. But managing repetitious boredom, clearly, based on what he said in the first paragraph, Gen Z can't handle that. Number 2, a deficit of feedback tolerance. Constructive criticism is increasingly perceived as a personal attack or a microaggression. Companies are tired of walking on eggshells around fragile egos. If a manager spends more time curating soft words than managing the project, they simply remove the source of the friction. And what is the friction? Let's say Gen Z. The outsourcing of thought to AI. And this is important. The outsourcing of thought to AI. Employers have noticed a terrifying trend. Junior staff submit perfectly written ChatGPT reports, but cannot explain the substance in a meeting. They have become proxy workers, shells without critical thinking. I'm going to say that again, shells without critical thinking. If a bot does the work, why pay a human's salary? So if you're not creating, improving, and focusing on critical thinking, guess what? It's going to be hard to have a job moving forward. Number 4, transactional loyalty. The culture of ghosting has migrated from Tinder to Zoom. New hires fail to show up on day 1 or quit via text message. But the market is cyclical. Companies are now placing black marks on those who treat an employment contract as a vague suggestion. Number 5, the winners are the analog Zoomers. Underline that, analog Zoomers. In 2025, the most expensive skill is the ability to pick up the phone and resolve a conflict without meltdown. If you can make eye contact, handle harsh feedback, and not hide behind a screen, you automatically enter the top 1% elite that recruiters fight for. Let me read that to you again. This is very important. The winners are the analog Zoomers. In 2025, the most expensive skill is the ability to pick up the phone and resolve a conflict without a meltdown. If you can make eye contact, handle harsh feedback, and not hide behind a screen, you automatically enter the top 1% elite that recruiters will fight for. And I can tell you, I see this in my practice. People are great until there's a problem. And in my business, there's always some problem that needs managing. It's just the nature of being in business, right? And when I'm dealing with someone that's a Zoomer, excuse me, and a problem comes up, they're really good with communication when it's all good. As soon as there's a problem, they either can't be reached or difficult to reach, and they hide from me. Eventually, I have to talk to their boss and say, hey, where is this guy or gal? Developing the ability to look people in the eye, pick up the phone, and deliver bad news, and come up with a solution collaboratively is of high value. AI will never be able to do that, and if you can develop it, you're going to have a competitive advantage in the job market. Now, the market no longer, I'm going to try to say this right, the market no longer forgives infantilism, hard to say. Either you grow up or you get replaced by a neural network, which, by the way, never complains about burnout. Have you ever noticed that it's getting harder for recent grads to land their first job role? I added the word job. Here's something that's important. The highest unemployment rate is in college graduates 24 to 18. Okay, now I know you don't graduate at 18 from college, but that gap has a 9.2% unemployment rate right now. And could it be that they have been coddled? They've learned to hide. They haven't had to deal with people face to face, and they haven't had to deal or develop the fundamental tools, skills, habits, and traits that allow you to work with other people. Now, I don't want to leave you on a downer. I want to give you an upbeat way that you can overcome this. And it's interesting. I've had coaches and have coached people my whole career, and everyone will say, wow, that person needs coaching. Everybody needs coaching. What I have found, it's not the people that need coaching that take it. It's the people that want it. So this may fall on deaf ears with Gen Zers, but I'm going to say it. Here's the good news. It's not too late, right? It's not too late. You're 24 or 25 years old, or your child is 24 or 25 years old if you're watching this, or whoever you're thinking about is 24 or 25 years old. They are not done cooking. They can go back to the basics and learn how to write, learn how to read, learn how to get off social media, and start developing the skills and habits and attitudes and character traits that will allow them to be employable in this economy today. So it's not too late. So what's the first step? I said it a little bit earlier. Start now. Start reading, start writing, start developing your skills, learn how to type a correctly written email, get off texting. Texting is not for business, has been my experience. It's good for quick, yes, no, be there, see ya. But you need to learn how to write a letter on a computer, and more importantly, learn to write a handwritten note. You want to blow someone's mind? Send them a handwritten note. People will freak out. And what's really funny is if you send a handwritten note to a Zoomer, they are like, oh my God. There's two reactions. They can't believe someone took the time to do it, or you're killing the planet by using paper. You pick the one. But you need to start now developing these skills. Number 3, you want to get off social media. I'm telling you, it's a brain suck. It's taking your time, and you're not getting anything or developing the skills that you need to be competitive in this business environment. So get off social media. In an earlier video, I said you don't have to start cold turkey. If you've got problems, start cold turkey. You have to acknowledge what the problem is and deal with it before you can move forward. But get off social media. And then number 4, own it. Own it. And here's what I mean by that. It's not your mom and dad's fault. It's not the company's fault. It's not the education system's fault. You are a living, breathing, free human being. You live in the freest country in the world if you live in the United States of America. We have God-given rights. God gave us free will, free choice. Choose to live a different life right now. Here's the beauty of owning it. No one needs to come in and save you. You can have 100% control over your life. You need to get out of the victim mentality, because here's the problem with being a victim. Someone else controls your destiny. If you're a victim, if I victimize you, I need to do something to make you better. And if I never do it, guess what? Your life is going to suck. By owning it and getting out of the victim mentality, you're going to be able to move yourself forward at your will, at your pace, under your decision and under your choice. And there's power in that. It's empowering. If you've never had it, if mom has never not made a decision for you, tell her, stop making decisions for me. I want to make this decision. Live with your decisions, own them. And once you own your life will get better. I hope this rant, which is what I'm going to call it, wasn't too weird or too off base, but there's no coincidence. I started by saying that there's no coincidence that my wife read that article last night, and here we are today talking about it. I thought it was so timely and so poignant for what I want to do with this channel. Now, I promised you that I would not end a post without a quote, an inspiring quote in relation to what I just posted. And here's our quote today. It's from Lucius Annaeus Seneca, or otherwise known as Seneca. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. We have to strengthen our mind, and if we're going through some difficult times or things we need to change, then it means that we need to strengthen ourselves, and by strengthening ourselves, we can get more of what we want from life. Now I'm going to read that one more time, and then I want you to think about it. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Think about it, and you have a great day.